This state has almost 400,000 regulations. I just put in a new roof because the fire, I thought, oh, let's get a roof that's not going to burn up. 2 inspections. Why are you inspecting my roof? It's my fucking roof. If it falls on me, that's my problem.
Maher shreds his own woke audience and absolutely goes off against woke idiots going against Trump. Let's see what happens.
But here, put yourself in the shoes of somebody who doesn't follow politics that closely. And they're Venezuelan gang members. Why are we even arguing about this? They shouldn't be in this country. This guy's finally doing something about it. He's kicking them out. And one judge told him to stop. Well, what law is this? That any judge anywhere can, I don't know why I'm using that accent, but I went into my stupid voice, but why is it that one judge anywhere can say, oh, a president can't do this? I mean, that's something that's a little abstruse to a lot of people.
Look, I think you can make the argument. The question is, can you get to where people are listening to the argument? The thing about the election, the thing about politics right now, is Donald Trump wins people who don't like to think about politics. Right? That's very, very clear in all the polling. If you follow the news, you voted for the Democrats, by and large. If you don't follow the news, you voted for him. And I'm not saying that that means that people who voted for him are less smart or anything like that, but the problem the Democrats have, the problem that Andrew's argument has, that my argument has, that your argument has, is how do you reach people? It's not even really, I think, that the problem is people hear that the Venezuelan gang members are being deported and what is the judge's power over this? They don't hear about it at all, oftentimes. Right? I mean, this stuff is all in the news, and if you're tuned it out, it's very hard to get to you. And so the thing that I think they understand, I mean, you've had Steve Bannon on the show, right?
I think we have him coming up. So yes, we've had him, and we're going to have him again, and then he's going to have us.
His whole thing is you flood the zone. His whole thing is you flood the zone with bullshit, because the pipe of information for most people is pretty narrow. And even if they hear about one thing, they don't hear about the other.
He says Donald Trump wins people who don't like to think about politics. That line aged worse than California's high-speed rail budget. The reality is that people who said that they would never vote for Trump actually watched some news and understood how stupid the Democrats are, and they voted for Trump this time. What he means by news is people watching fake news like CNBC. People stopped watching that news because they stopped trusting it. Because if you follow the news, you're following the DNC marketing machine. This is what liberals still don't get. Conservatives, independents, even centrists aren't uninformed. They're overinformed. They've heard the media's side 10,000 times and rejected it. And the arrogance of calling half the country stupid is exactly why they're losing them.
They don't hear about the other 10. You overwhelm the media, you overwhelm people, and also you recognize that most people don't want to think about it, right? And so you can get a lot done under the cover of chaos, and it's a very genuine problem. It's not a crazy strategy they're running. The one thing that is crazy about it is they flood their own zone. They don't know what they're doing. The right hand doesn't know what the left hand is doing. They don't know the people they're firing. They don't know what might break. So we don't really know what are the things that are going to break through, because it turned out planes started dropping out of the sky, or some group they fired led to a nuclear disaster, right? Like, they also do not have a great sense of what they're doing. They don't mean to be deporting some of the people they appear to be deporting, but we don't know what will break through, because fundamentally you're trying to convince people who are not watching the show right now.
Yeah. Ezra tries to sound smart by saying the right floods the zone with misinformation. But here's the irony. It's the left that floods the zone with narratives. Every day it's a new hysteria. Fascism, racism, climate doom, democracy dying next Tuesday. And yeah, them discovering like 200 new genders out of the blue. And after years of that, normal people just stopped caring. Bro, we hear you. We understand you. We just think you're insane. The left doesn't need better messaging. They need to stop insulting everyone who doesn't buy it.
It's projected to lose 3 seats, New York 2, also going to lose a seat, Minnesota, Oregon, Rhode Island, Illinois, all blue states. Who's getting these? Texas, Florida, Idaho, and Utah. I mean, this looks like game over, and the reason why people are voting with their feet is a lot of what your book is about.
Yeah,
taxes and regulation. I certainly have been screaming about it forever. I did 3 years with a sign here that said, how long is it going to take me to get my solar hooked up? 3 years, talking about it on television in this state. You couldn't do it. This state has almost 400,000 regulations. I just put in a new roof because the fire, I thought, oh, let's get a roof that's not going to burn up. 2 inspections. Why are you inspecting my roof? It's my fucking roof. If it falls on me, that's my problem. And we're taxed more than any other state. People are leaving these kind of states for places where they feel the heavy breath of government on them. It's not that hard for Democrats to understand this, but they seem to be incapable of doing anything about it.
Bro, the audience is laughing, but there's pain in that laugh. Everyone living in a blue state knows this feeling. Taxed to death, regulated into madness, and still told they're privileged. Maher's not turning conservative. He's turning real. He's just being honest. But you know what? How this guy replies?
So we poll this. They're leaving on cost of living. That's all part of it. They're leaving because they can't afford homes.
Wow, bro! He just tries to spin it. Oh, it's just cost of living. But come on. People don't uproot their kids, quit jobs, and leave family just for cheaper rent. They're leaving because their cities feel unrecognizable. Crime is up, homelessness is out of control, and politicians respond by redefining what counts as a crime. That's not progress, that's gaslighting. And even if the concern is about cost of living, it's not expensive because life's good. It's expensive because the state is poorly run. And when regular people feel unsafe and unheard, they don't riot, they relocate. If you've ever thought, yeah, that's exactly my city, drop a fire emoji in the comments. Let's see how many of us are done pretending.
Those numbers you just gave, after 2030, if that holds, a Democrat could win every state Kamala Harris won, win Michigan, win Pennsylvania, and I'm just blanking on the third blue wall state, win Michigan, win Pennsylvania, and win Wisconsin, and lose the presidential election, right? The blue wall would no longer be enough for them to win. And you have to take that.
You mean they could win those 3 states and still
lose the presidential? That's how bad it is, right?
Wow.
And that's because they are driving people out, working class families out of the states they govern because the cost of living is too high. And the cost of living is too high in part for regulatory reasons, in part for taxes. But the big problem is they just don't have enough of the things people need. Not enough homes, not enough energy, not a government capable of delivering, and they've been treating that as not a real problem. You were talking about your solar sign. California high-speed rail, it's a huge disaster, but nobody's ever done anything about it. If you tried to build it again, it would go the exact same way.
High-speed rail?
Yeah, California's high-speed rail.
I think we first passed it in 2008. I think they just voted about something about it again. It's projected. Just give up. Just to build, I think, from Bakersfield to Merced. Who the hell wants to go from Bakersfield to Merced? And they couldn't do that.
I went out and toured this for the book. And the people building it were perfectly clear with me. Look, this doesn't work if we don't do LA to San Francisco. And they don't have the money to do LA to San Francisco. And they don't have the regulatory structure to do it. They have been clearing. They started clearing the rail track through environmental review. The whole point of high-speed rail is it's good for the environment.
Right.
They started clearing it through environmental review in 2012. By the end of 2024, when I was fact-checking the book, it was almost done.
The way this guy is talking with so much absolute confidence is exactly how Democrats are running their party. Just talk and keep gaslighting people. 16 years, billions spent, and they've built nothing. They're still clearing land. Can I tell you something, bro? Chinese immigrants built the Transcontinental Railroad in 4 years. California couldn't lay 50 miles in 17. This isn't incompetence or lack of funds anymore. Let me be clear. It's simply corruption with a hard hat on. I mean, I can see it on Bill's face. He's like, I don't want to say it's money laundering, but the entire internet, including me, is like, bro, just say it. Because everyone watching knows it's not just waste, it's literally theft. You know, regarding the news point that he made, the truth is, if you follow mainstream news, you vote with feelings. If you follow real news, you vote for common sense. And that's exactly what's happening. The left followed feelings, the rest followed facts. At the end of the day, this clip isn't about Trump or Biden, it's about reality versus narrative. People are done pretending. They don't want more ideology, they want results. They don't want equity, they want fucking electricity or be able to put on a solar panel that works. And when even Bill Maher is fed up, you know the culture's shifting. Let me know what you think. Has Bill finally crossed the line into common sense? Drop a comment, subscribe if you're tired of the fake outrage, and I'll see you in the next one.